The world changed with a sound, a single, heavy click. Not the thunder of war or the cry of revolution, but the press of metal against paper, ink seeping into parchment, words multiplying. In a cramped workshop in Mainz, Germany, around the year 1450, a man named Johannes Gutenberg built a machine that would ignite the greatest information explosion in human history, and he didn't even know it yet. Before Gutenberg, books were miracles of patience, each one copied by hand, letter by letter, in the dim glow of monastery candles. A single Bible could take years to create. Knowledge moved at the speed of handwriting, slow, fragile, and controlled by the few who could afford it. Then came Gutenberg's press, gears, screws, and cast metal type. A goldsmith's ingenuity turned into humanity's megaphone. The first sheets rolled out, a Latin Bible printed, not written. Dozens of copies instead of one. It didn't look like rebellion, but it was. Every page pulled the world closer to something it had never known. Mass communication. The clang of the press echoed far beyond Mainz, reverberating through Europe, shaking thrones, and scattering power into the hands of ordinary people. From Venice to Krakow, the idea caught fire. In 1491, a printer named Schweippolt Fial began publishing the first Cyrillic script books, spreading the revolution eastward. The written word, once locked in Latin, chained to church walls, was breaking free. By the 1500s, the world's first viral ideas were spreading. Martin Luther's 95 Theses weren't just nailed to a church door. They were printed, multiplied, and carried by hand across borders. The Protestant Reformation didn't ride on armies. It rode on presses. Soon, scientists shared diagrams and theories with peers they'd never met. Readers learned to think critically, compare ideas, challenge errors. Literacy surged. Dialects converged into common languages. Nations, as we know them, began to take shape. The printing press wasn't just technology, it was a social earthquake. But power never surrenders quietly. Kings and bishops imposed licenses, censored pamphlets, banned printers. They feared what Gutenberg had unleashed. Not the spread of books, but the spread of thought. Even suppression only proved the machine's potency. The more they tried to control it, the faster ideas multiplied. By the Enlightenment, presses were everywhere, in basements, taverns, and universities. Newspapers, journals, and revolutionary tracts rolled off the platen by the thousands. Empires learned the hard way. You could rule armies, but you couldn't rule the printed word. And today, every tweet, post, or viral video is a descendant of that first press. When you share an idea online, you're echoing that moment in minds, the instant when information became infinite. Gutenberg didn't just invent movable type, he invented momentum. He turned lead into language, ink into impact, and gave humanity a way to outlast itself. In the end, the printing press didn't just print books. It printed the modern world, each page a whisper of revolution, each click a reminder that the smallest sound can change everything. Then, as the press's echo fades into our modern world of pixels and screens, we're reminded that every click, every post, every shared idea still traces back to that first spark in minds. If you enjoyed this journey through history, if you believe stories like this deserve to be remembered, help keep the ink flowing. Share it with a fellow history lover, and subscribe to The Short Historical for more stories that shaped the world in ways no one saw coming. Because history isn't just in the past, it's still printing itself, one story at a time.